Hey y'all, I got this old knife that looks like, I think it's been used as like a garden tool for God knows how many years, but I'm gonna restore it. So, probably the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take off this old handle and then I'll either wire wheel or do some sanding on the blade so we can actually see what we're dealing with, and then we'll go from there. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do to rehandle it, but it's gonna be cool. Alright, we got the handle off here. It was just held on with a couple of nails that were pinned over. So this is definitely a replaced handle. Like you can even see here, it's all crappy because this like was originally part of the blade, and this was the tang here, and then they just drilled a couple of more holes and slapped the thing on. So I'm gonna take this to the wire wheel, and then we'll see if maybe we want to attach another piece of steel to lengthen the tang back out with the welder, or if we just want to use the new tang that's been made here. I think I'm going to go with the second option, but we'll see. So I've got it wire wheeled, and you, dear viewer, might have thought to yourself, hey Duck Rabbit, how are you going to restore the original tang? There's two big ass holes in the blade. To which you are correct, and we will not be restoring the original tang, we will be using the new one. And it looks like they either ground or filed away some of the edge here, where on the original tang, and I'll just make sure that everything's the same thickness and grind all this weird lumpy bits off, and maybe grind this off as well. And do some other tinkering to make sure the tang's actually going to be good, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do to put a handle on this situation before we start cleaning up the blade. Alrighty, I've got the weird ugly stump ground off, and the backblast, or whatever you want to call it, from the drill bit cleaned up. And then the hole is no longer round, so I might not even use that one because it's out of line. No, the other one's out of line. I'll just, I don't know. I'll drill it out anyways, just to be sure. Come on, focus. Alright. We're good. Focus? Good, alright. I've got the hole drilled out so it's round again. And I think I'm going to use the holes that are there because I'm lazy and I don't feel like bothering with it. And over here, I found a piece of wood. This is just a scrap old axe handle that came off a piece of crap axe. And I'm gonna cut it off like about here maybe, and then use this. Obviously cut off most of the palm swell as well, but I'll use this for the actual handle of the knife. There we go. You can see the grain is still solid throughout the... Come on, focus! Yeah, there we are. And then that'll make a good handle. I'll probably cut off most of the palm swell now. Let's see. Right on in there. Alright, there we go. This will go back in the wood scrap bin. And we've got our handle. This is going to be great. Okay, so we got the handle piece cut out, and what I've got to think about now is, like, this is actually a very thin knife, and I'm pretty sure it is thicker than the kerf of this saw. So I'll have to think about how I'm going to go about making it, like putting a slot in this handle material when I don't have anything that's thinner than the actual blade of the knife. So, yeah. I'll do a test piece with a random chunk of wood to see if the kerf of the saw is actually wider, because that'd be nice to know. Alright, let's see. It is perfect. Okay, well that's that taken care of. So it turns out that the kerf of the saw is exactly the same as the thickness of this knife. So what I can do now is mark out on here how far in I want the tang to go, and then cut down to there with the saw, and then we'll be good to start doing the shaping on this with the belt grinder. So let's get to it. Alright, there's our line. So let's very carefully let's see how we're getting on. Oh yeah. Let's go. Come on. We're like 2/3 of the way there, maybe? Where's our line? Right here. Line's right here. Doesn't look like it's showing up on... Oh, there you go. You can see it a little bit. But we're almost there. Maybe 3/4 of the way, if I'm being generous. Alright. Alrighty, that's looking pretty cool. Let's pop it up in there. Alright, the handle is too wide this way right now, so we'll need to tighten that up. But other than that, we're almost done with the handle. You can see it's way too wide. Alright, so what I've got now is I've got the blade clamped up in my hand sanding jig, and then I'm going to do probably 220, 600, and 1000 grit. And it's got a whole bunch of like weird pitting and stuff from all the rust. So if I can't get all that out, then I'll acid wash it. Come on, focus over there. If I can get it out and it's not too deep, then it'll just be like a clean blade. So let's get that done. Actually, I'll use this one. Alright, it's looking like this pitting's going to be pretty deep, but I'm definitely not going to sand all that out, but I'll sand all the crap off, or at least as much of the crap as I can. Let's see. Yeah, you can see all the crap on here. I'm definitely not going to be able to sand all this out, so I'm just going to flip it up over to the other side and clean most of it off, then acid wash it. Alright, this is as far as I'm willing to take the hand sanding. I really, to get all this pitting out, I'd have to remove so much material that this wouldn't hardly be a knife anymore. So I'm going to leave it here with that. Make sure everything's, we're all good, straight and true. And then I'm going to degrease it and get it in the etch for probably, I don't know, half an hour maybe? We'll see how it etches. I'm not sure how it's going to etch. Alright, to degrease, I'm just using standard brake cleaner. And it works pretty good. Alright, and then you just wipe it clean with the clean part of the towel, and you're good. So I'm probably going to etch this for 5 minutes just to see how it looks like it's going to go, and then we'll see how long we actually got to etch it for. Let's see. I just got it clamped up in the vice grips right now. And then let's see, how am I going to do this? There we go. Actually, No, that's fine. We don't need the vice grips or anything. Alright. You see, I got the handle thinned out, and I'm just going to even it out a little bit on the platen and then start sculpting it, and then we'll be pretty much done. Alright, see, there we go. I got the handle sculpted, and it's nice and comfy. I really like it. So we'll take this over to the vise, get it hand sanded, and then we'll be pretty much done. Alright, we're starting out with a nice crisp strip of 220. We'll see how far this takes us. I may take this back to the grinder for a second. We'll see. Alright, I got the whole handle, oh, except for that, but that's fine. I got the whole handle sanded up, and then I'm gonna break the edges on the grinder for all of these, and then we'll be ready to get a handle on this situation with the knife, and then we'll be done after we sharpen it. Alright, I've marked out where the holes are gonna go, so let's drill them out. I'm also gonna widen these out to 1/4 inch because that's the pin stock I have right now. So I'm just gonna put it together and then, drill the holes. Nope. Let's file them. Alrighty, I've got the handle fit up onto the blade, and then I ran a 1/4 inch drill bit through the other hole to make sure it will fit. And I'm going to peen this end over, cut it off with the angle grinder, and then stick it through, peen it over, and cut off the excess, peen it over, so on. Y'all know the deal. Let's get to it. Oh yeah, we got the pins pinned over. Now just to apply some finish to the blade and the handle and sharpen it, and then we'll be good. Oh yeah, that's great. Alright. Alright, so right now we're cleaning off most of the oil because it's almost always too much. And then we're going to sharpen it, and then I'll put another coat of oil on the handle and let that really soak in overnight, and then we'll be done. Alright, that's this old, I guess it's like a clip point machete? Yeah, we'll call it a small clip point machete restoration project finished. The handle is a piece of an old axe handle. The pins are peened over brass, and the blade is, like I said, an old clip point machete. It is surprisingly sharp considering there basically aren't any bevels, and it's just like flat thickness all the way through. So it works surprisingly well, given that it's just probably a cheap, crappy Chinese knife. And in the end, working good is all that matters. So if you liked the video, give it a like. If you really liked it, subscribe, and maybe go watch one of my other restoration videos. I have a couple up on the channel.